All right, I know we're real busy right now, so I thought I would take a few minutes to try to help everybody with a few tips, if you will. 7 habits of successful appraisers. This is just my perspective. Maybe some of the rest of you will chime in with some other things that you suggest. I hope you do. But this is just some things, hopefully, to help you manage your current pipeline and actually be able to take on more. First and foremost is equipment. I mean, you've heard me say a million times, monitors, monitors, monitors. But you see my setup right here. I've got 5 monitors and I use every inch of it every day. It keeps me moving nonstop. You don't realize how long it takes for Total to load something or for something to print or how quickly you can jump over and look at an email while you're still doing other work. So it is absolutely critical to have as much monitor space as possible. And monitors are so cheap right now. That's just got to be a given. All of you should consider an office phone. I mean, stay off your cell phone, let it charge or whatever, but an office phone just makes you more productive, I feel. They all tie into the office phone systems we've had. So it rings, this phone rings my office line and then it rings through to my cell phone. So it's a lot easier for me to operate on that using hands-free while I'm talking. It's just a lot easier and juggling my cell phone around. If you have to print anything, get yourself a good quality like this HP 400 cheap printer. I'm still old school, print a lot of stuff, but most of you don't. Hopefully none of you are on a laptop, even with multiple monitors, with just the simple laptop keyboard and no mouse. I mean, I don't know how you could do it without a mouse. I mean, if you're using a laptop, fine, but add a keyboard and a mouse to it. I've got this vertical mouse. I love it. It's so much better. And I have this curved keyboard, again, really comfortable. I got this whiteboard right here in front of my desk. I can take all kinds of notes, keeps me efficient right there going with that. So, and then I have a scanner for the few times that I need to do it. But other than that, that's basically my equipment setup in the office. Next thing is emails and texts. There's nothing that's going to waste more time than text and emails. So get on top of it. I hate text. I'm sorry, I'm old, but it's not that I'm not with the current generation. I use texting a lot, but for business, you're getting all these group texts from other people. It's slowing you down. It's just a lot of wasted time. And when I get an important text that comes in, somebody wanted to order something or what have you, it just tends to get lost. So I try to stay away from texting any more than I have to. All my business stuff goes through my email and I keep my email clean all the time. I'm always on top of it. So another thing that I see as a really big time suck for most people is they don't handle their emails when they come in. They just put it aside. That's a waste of time. You're going to have to revisit it. I realize if you're in the middle of something, you can't get to it, but find a stopping point, get that correction done immediately. It keeps the client happy and then it just makes you more efficient. So don't procrastinate. That's the biggest thing. People wonder how I can get so much done. It's because I don't procrastinate. I always handle things as soon as they come in. And then check your email before you leave in the morning. Don't leave when they're asking you for an update or a change or something. So give yourself enough time to be able to check your email, make sure that everything is all the fires are put out before you go out on the road, because there are going to be more fires that come up during the day that you're going to have to handle when you get back. Same thing before you shut down at night. Don't shut down without making sure everything is taken care of. All jobs are delivered that can be delivered. Everything is done. So again, don't wait until tomorrow. Do it now. Big efficiency thing. Systems. Everybody's got to have a system, and I'm not going to tell you my system's better than your system. It's just how you want to do it. I'm still, old school, and I'm sticking to it right now. It works for me. I use the manila folders, and I go from there because I'm not really writing much stuff anyways. The folders actually act more as a organizer for me than anything else. So the vertical file that I have there are all my jobs for Monday. The next one is Tuesday. The next slot is Wednesday. So I'm able to organize them. I write on the folders, who the client is, whether it's a refi purchase, FHA, when the due date is. And then when I've got it scheduled, I will circle it and what have you. This pile right here is my pile to be written up. I keep continuously shuffling these based on their due date, who the client is, and so on. So I just know that when I'm ready to write a job, I just start with the one on top and I go. So get a system, refine your system, talk to other people about their systems, and then stick to it. Time management, it's all about time, When it comes to appointments, always schedule them in at least 1 to 2 hour chunks. As Steve said, maybe push it out to 3 to 4 hours right now, morning, afternoon. Ironically, right now, scheduling refis has become kind of easy. Most people are home. It's just a matter of you being able to get in front of them and them allow you to come in. But be polite and aggressive in setting your appointments. I don't want anyone to get angry or mad with anyone. If they can't do it, fine. Just back down, move on, put it on hold. Who cares? But don't let them set your schedule. You set your schedule. Ask for garage door codes, hidden keys, neighbors, anything else that might help to get you into these refis. Purchases, all of you have lockbox keys or should have them. Use them and use Showtime or whatever is required. Most of your time is going to be wasted in the field. Make sure you're using all types of hands-free devices. I don't want you, texting or talking on your phone in your hand, but if you've got hands-free and you have Alexa or other Siri or Bixby or whatever they all are, use those services. Hey, Bixby, set an appointment for Tuesday at 1 o'clock at so-and-so street, and just boom, it's done. Same thing in your car. Be checking your emails when you're at stoplights or stopped at an appointment. Keep that email box clear. Keep everything on top of it. That's one of the biggest things for me that keeps me very efficient. Next thing is a routine. This really points more to your routine as you're actually getting into the appraisal process. Take a couple minutes, research your property before you go out, see if we've appraised it. If we've appraised it, look at the sketch, print the sketch, double check it while you're out there. Boom, you're done. Is there a primary comp flow or assessor's sketch? Print it, bring it with you. Let it be a guide. You still are required, of course, to measure every house, but just some quick, easy verifications makes it go a lot faster. Be efficient in the field. I take my street scenes and my front photos before I even get out of the car. As I'm driving down the street, boom, turn in the driveway, boom, there's the other street scene, front scene, boom, I'm out. Then I'm doing side, rear, and I'm only going around the house one time. So I'm doing my pictures and my measurements at the same time. Don't be circling it multiple times. That's a waste of time. Limit your conversation or the owner to just a few seconds for important information and pleasantries. Do not engage in big, long conversations. You're not there to make friends. I want you, of course, to be professional and extremely polite. I want them to really like you, and that's going to go a long way to them accepting your appraisal, but there's no reason to go beyond a few seconds. So don't let them engage you. Just tell them you're going to be on your own. Don't let them show you around the house. If they absolutely insist, of course, you need to yield and let them do that. But for the most part, they're fine to just let you go. Take only one photo of every room. Some of you are driving me nuts when I merge your jobs. Why 2 kitchen pictures? Why 2 master pictures? It's more work. It's not necessary. So don't do it. You got your front, rear, street, side, kitchen, living room, dining room, bedroom, bath, half bath, basement finish. That's it. Maybe a shed or something that you're giving value to, but 1 picture each. I don't shoot comp pictures. That's probably another area where you're wasting a lot of time. Fannie doesn't require it anymore. FHA does, but with our extensive database, I've yet to ever be called back to go out and shoot a comp picture on an FHA. So if you're spending all your time running around shooting comp pictures, you're wasting a lot of time. Workflow. When I get back to the office and I'm ready to go, I have my stuff in my pile. I pick this job up and I start it and I finish it. Now that doesn't mean that I stay up till 5 in the morning. I don't have two jobs going at once. I use templates maybe 60-70% of the time. I have lots of templates. Refine your templates. I have a purchase template, a refi template, an FHA template, of course, a GP template, a multifamily template, a condo template, all these different templates that just have slight differences in them that are just going to save me a little bit of time. Not only do they save you time, but it also makes it so that you can just go right through it and you know the stuff is going to be there. I don't have to go into my addendum to know that all the FHA information is in there, and I'm not going to get a call back from the lender. So if you don't have an FHA template, you're crazy. 30 to 40% of the time, or the rest of the time, I'm merging another job. Some of you may do that every time. To me, it's more work to clean up another job sometimes if I'm not going to get a lot of good information out of it. If I'm not going to get a good neighborhood description or a recent 1004MC or recent comparables, I'd rather just go through my template that's got just about everything I need, add those simple little things in, bring in other comparables. Our smart database is so big in most of our markets that 9 out of 10 times we have the physical data on the comparables, so I'm not having to research it. It's easier to just do it that way. Don't jump around. Start at the very beginning of the report, work your way through. It's just simple. The report is laid out very simply. Now, you might need to, either do your 1004MC first, or sometimes when I get to my neighborhood section, I go do my 1004MC, but you can't go past the neighborhood section if you haven't done your 1004MC. So, get those systems down. I will usually, and again, I'm old school, so I'm usually going to bring my pictures in, put them in, do my sketch, do my 1004MC, and then start the form. That way I know I've got everything I need. Stay focused. Don't get sidetracked. I can tell some people get sidetracked and don't finish a particular section. Don't get analysis paralysis. You all should be experts in your area. You all should be experts in the databases that we use, the multiple listing services. No new comps are going to pop up in there, So if you do a good solid search and you've got a good chunk of comparables and they're reasonable, that's the best you're going to get. Be done. Now, I know there's complicated assignments. I know there's lots that we have to go back and keep searching and searching and searching for comps. Those are the exception, not the rule. Don't get held up on the easy ones. They should be able to be pumped out. Unless I'm doing a complex assignment or an ERC, it takes me an hour or less from start to finish, and that includes doing my sketch and my photos. So you shouldn't be spending hours on end in these reports. It's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. I know some of you are newer and lesser experienced, and your times may be a little bit longer, but stay on and get that system down and know. And you should have, things should pop into your head. You get into the site section and you're out in a rural area. Boom, I'm probably on a septic. Think about it, and know that if you're on a septic, you've got to have the septic comments in there and what have you. You get into the cost approach. Don't waste a lot of time. If you know you're going to have, if you're over 30% in land value, you got the 30% land value comment. So a lot of these things should just click with you. And again, real important to continue to keep doing it in a specific order. And then the last thing is client communication. This really ties back to emails and text. If you stay ahead and every single night or every single morning you make sure that you've communicated properly on all of your jobs, you're not going to get the texts and emails. And that's also going to help the front office too. They know who they have to keep sending emails to who are not responding or not updating their pages. That plays in the back of their mind in assigning jobs too, so keep that in mind. But it's more important to you that you're not inundated with all these unnecessary texts and emails. Now, I know there's some lenders that are going to do it anyways. There's, Nationwide? I mean, we've effectively fired them because them and Collateral, they call every single day. It's like, no, nothing's changed, but stay on top of that, and it'll reduce your emails, very important. So hopefully some of these tips have helped. If you've got other tips, go ahead and make a quick video. You don't have to put together a PowerPoint like I did. Just simply give some suggestions. All right. Thanks for all the hard work. Y'all are doing great. It's amazing how much volume we're handling right now. Keep up the good work.